Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where I challenge myself to make something I've never made before every week. I probably say this every week, but this week in particular is a super extra special week because it's my husband's birthday. So in honor of my husband being old and decrepit, I'm gonna bake him a cake. Specifically, one of his favorite kinds of cake, a cheesecake. I found this really cute blueberry cheesecake off of Cooking Tree's channel, so I'm gonna try to make it. I'm super excited, so let's get started. First, I'm gonna prepare a couple of ingredients ahead of time, starting with crushed Oreos. I have peanut butter Oreos here, but since we're just using the cookie, you can use pretty much whatever Oreo you want. But I gotta say, I'm a pretty big fan of these peanut butter Oreos. I'll be using a food processor to crush these, but of course you can just crush them by hand in a plastic bag. Next, I'm going to make a blueberry puree, which will provide all of the blueberry flavor in our cheesecake. So I'll heat the blueberries and sugar over medium heat until it starts boiling. It'll go from just being sugar plus blueberries to boiling real fast, so just keep an eye on it. When you feel like the mixture is thickened, then you can add the lemon juice. And guys, let me tell you, this smells incredible. It reminds me of like pie filling. When it's sufficiently boiled, I'll take this mixture to the blender and blend until it looks kind of like this. Okay, with those two things out of the way, it's time to work on the cheesecake. So the cheesecake will have 3 layers, the first of which is the Oreo base, which is super easy, just Oreos and butter mixed together. Today, I'm using a 6-inch cake tin with a removable bottom, but you can also use a 6-inch circular mold, I guess, if that's what you have on hand. I'll put this in the fridge while I'm working on the next layer. For the second layer, I'm gonna first whip up some cream. As you guys may know, I kind of have a history with whipped cream, in that it never quite goes well for me, but today I'm looking for a little bit more of a softer whip, and I gotta say, I think it turned out okay this time. Now onto our second layer, which is the cheesecake layer. This layer is super easy. You literally just like add all the ingredients together and mix, and you're good to go. I would caution though, when you eventually add the gelatin, to work quickly because that thing sets fast. When everything's mixed, I'll put the cheesecake layer on top of the Oreo layer. I'm gonna put half of the cream cheese mixture first, then some blueberry puree. I tried to make it look nice, but the texture of the puree was not consistent coming out of my piping bag, so it's a little ugly. I'll put the other half of the cream cheese mix and then a little bit more blueberry puree. I feel like there's maybe a little bit too much gelatin in this cheesecake layer, cause man, this layer sets super fast, so I feel like it wasn't able to like settle into all of the corners very well. So maybe if you try this, use like a little bit less gelatin and let me know how it turns out. But I'm just gonna chill this in the fridge for a little bit while we make the third layer, which will be the blueberry mousse layer, which is just blueberry puree, whipping cream, and gelatin. But I accidentally whipped the cream because I didn't read closely enough, so... Which, like, I don't know why, but I feel like my reading comprehension is so much worse these days than when I was in, like, high school and stuff. Is that just me, or do you guys experience that too? But anyways, I'll just layer the mousse right on top of all of our other layers. Make sure it's super ultra flat, and then I'll just refrigerate this for 3 to 4 hours. After anxiously waiting, it's finally time to reveal our cake, which I was pretty nervous about because I didn't line this cake tin with like parchment paper or anything, so I was just trusting the word of Cooking Tree that a steam towel is all you needed, and... Oh, I don't know. Maybe one more try? Phew, I was so relieved that this worked. But I feel like my layers weren't that good looking, probably because the second layer thickened up a little too much and so it didn't settle very well. Regardless, it's time to decorate, which is slowly but surely growing into my favorite part of making the cake. The reaction.
I was closing my eyes.
Oh, you were closing your eyes. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, looks very.
Actually. Yay, it's time to eat. Specifically, it's time for our birthday boy to eat. I accidentally spoiled what kind of cake this was gonna be, so it's not quite a surprise, but... my husband thought it was super good! He was a little bit confused because he expected the top layer and the middle layer to be different textures, but they kind of turned out to be the same texture actually. But once he got past the confusion, he was all for this cake. I did try a little bit myself, but since I'm not a big fan of cheesecake, I feel like I don't have a very objective opinion. But anyways, it's not a cake for me, so it's not like my opinion matters anyway, right? But I thought this cake was pretty easy to make, minus the whole gelatin hassle. So if you've got a friend or a loved one who likes blueberries and likes cheesecake, I think this would be a good cake for them. Yeah, so this is like... But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe if you like my content, and I upload a new video every Monday. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!